Good afternoon, Code Simplifier tribes. Behzad is here with another video for beginner programmers. In today's video, we are going to continue to work on our SQL project. In our last video, we draw our tables, and today we want to connect them together. So no further talk, let's get it started. We got our tables ready, so we start off with the school table connected to others. The first connection would be the school to teachers table. We pick up a connection on the left tab here. Click the teacher table, then the school table. So the first one, it says 1 exclamation mark N. Click on teacher, then on the school. This is the first connection. And now you may have questions like how I picked up that connection and so on. So don't worry, let's get the job done and I will explain them all again at the end. We connected our teacher to the school table. Now we connect the school to student table. It will be the same principle again. Just click on 1N here. Student and school. Next one will be teacher to subject. Same thing. And last one, it's going to be student to subject. Double click. Here, the fifth table created without doing anything. Go ahead and rename the table. Student in subject. Once you finished it, now it's time to move on to our theory side of today's topic. You'll understand what all those connections mean and how you determine to choose the correct connection between the tables. Imagine you have enrolled in a school. Realistically, that school has teachers, students, and subjects. Take a look at this slide. There is a school on top, 3 teachers, 1, 2, 3, 5 subjects, and 4 students. The school has 3 teachers, and those 3 teachers work in one school. Let me show you the symbol signs we have here. This angle bracket means many, and those 2 dashed lines means 1. Take a look at the student table here. If we want to interpret it, we could say school could have many students, but a student could enroll in one school only. And also remember that always read the left signs to avoid confusion. Angle brackets means many, double dash means 1. And if we want to see the left side of the student table, we could say student in one school, school has many students. Same thing happens to the subject and teacher table. One teacher, the left side could coordinate many subjects, and each subject could be coordinated by only one teacher. Left side, double dash, left side of the teacher table, angle brackets. But the last one has solid lines and created after the connection. In table connection, we cannot have many-to-many relationship. That's why the fifth table created from the student and subject table. This is how we could interpret it. Each student could enroll in many subjects, and each subject could have many students enroll in. And in a database, we call that many-to-many relationship. Because we cannot have many-to-many relationships, that's why the fifth table created by SQL. The next thing we need to learn is the difference between the dashed lines and solid lines. In contrast, dashed lines are unique IDs for each table, and solid lines are a combination of unique IDs in another table. So, what does that mean anyway? We'll find out in a sec. Let's get back to our slide and find out. If we could access to the school's database here, we could see how many teachers are working in the school. So let's get back to our tables and look at the school's ID in the teachers table. Can you see here? The school name or a school ID is represented in the teacher table. Now a question for you. If you access the school's database, could you see the students' information and how many students enrolled in the school? Let's think about it. If your answer is yes, that's right. You could tell because we have the school ID in the student table. See here, we have the school name or school ID in our student table. and we have teacher ID in the subject table. Teacher ID in our subject table. The fifth table created without a choice. That's why it has solid lines. And the student ID and subject ID are the unique ID in combination. Two of those are the unique ID of the fifth table. That is how connection and relationships between the table works. By now, I assume you have some knowledge about tables, relationships, and how to determine the relationships. The key points for today's lessons are: always read the left signs. Remember the math rules. Read from left to right. Tables cannot have many-to-many relationship. And main tables always have dash connections, and some exceptions could apply. What I mean by main tables is, for example, the school is a main table, teacher is a main table. And secondary table, like a student in a subject, which is the fifth table that created by SQL. And that will wrap up our today's session. As per usual, if you have any question or any section of this video didn't make sense to you, please write down your question down in the comment and I will respond to them as soon as I could. Also, if you are new to the channel and this video helped you out, please support the work by subscribing to the channel. Thank you all, and I will see you next week.